Yet, we must get to the bottom of this issue. And I think there are enough people in Pakistan who are fearless and who are respected worldwide, like Asma Jahangir, the noted human rights activist. There is International Red Cross in Pakistan. Let them come in and examine threadbare, especially the allegations made by Sarabjit's sister today, so that the truth comes out. At the same time, he must be provided the best medical treatment available in Pakistan today. And if he is in a position to be moved, I feel it will only improve our relations if he is allowed to travel to India. In 3 weeks, Pakistan will have a new government. And I do hope that whoever comes to power will, in the interest of Indo-Pak relations, order an inquiry, a judicial inquiry, to see if there has been a miscarriage of justice.
Could this incident have been an accident? That's my question here, and I would like to put this to our guests from Pakistan. Colonel Bashir Wali Mohammed and Air Vice Marshal Abid Rao, this question is to you. The preliminary report of your Deputy Inspector General of Prisons, Malik Mubashir, says the assaulters had prepared for this with sharpened spoons to use as knives, blades from pieces of empty ghee tin, collected bricks and all put together. I just want to understand from you, do you genuinely believe, whatever your line of argument, that all these elaborate preparations were going on and your jail authorities had absolutely no knowledge?
No. Just, there's one of the friend, the politician, he said that let the Red Cross come, let these other, human rights people come, let there be a judicial inquiry. There is already inquiry at the highest level which has been ordered. Let's wait for that. So before jumping into the conclusion as to whether it was conspiracy, what happened, all this, please, no, we should wait for that inquiry. The prison people, as I said right at the outset,
who are credible internationally.
Well,
pardon?
Well, the inquiry which is being carried out by Pakistani officials right now is nothing but a sham. All that has happened, it all sounds good, Colonel Bashir Mohammed. But after the attack...
If that is your attitude that this is nothing, well, then nothing can happen.
Well,
he was not a guest of honor here. He was he committed crimes. There are families, like one of the gentlemen says, that the Pakistani community should stand up. Why should the Pakistani
Then do you have to carry out a non-judicial murder?
Okay, General Bakshi.
This should be done.
General Bakshi.
What about those families?
General Bakshi to Colonel Mohammed.
I would like our Pakistan.
I mean, he was responsible for that.
Colonel Mohammed, may I just kindly understand? I would like our Pakistani friends across to kindly understand. This is not one-off incident. It is not one-off incident. We've had a series of such grisly incidents which have inflamed public opinion in this country, and you would be erring greatly if you do not see them in their collectivity. We had our soldiers beheaded. Is that normal behavior? We had Chamel Singh tortured to death, his body parts taken out. Is that normal behavior? On top of it, now we have this man who the clear threats to him have been sensitized to all who were there, and yet non-judicial murder is carried out in your prison.
And all these
we are supposed to just sort of be rational about it.
At some point of time, Seshadri Chari...
How can you call... No. Let me answer it in a rational
Mr. Goswami,
manner, in a legal
you have
manner.
asked me this question, now let me speak a word about it.
How can it be called an offence, premeditated offence, where all these utensils and all that stuff was used, which is normally available?
Well, the man has been attacked a few days back. The man has been attacked.
About that, the man has been attacked.
The man has been attacked a few days back.
Investigation is going on. But when you call it a conspiracy and a premeditated crime, that's where I'm going to object to that.
Well, the man...
Any lawyer on this planet Earth will not agree with this proposition.
You see, I don't understand. You see, why aren't you showing... Why are you taking such a rigid approach? That's my question, Air Marshal Abidra. You are taking a rigid approach.
Rational approach.
You are making this an India-Pakistan issue. We are asking it for justice.
I am telling you.
We are asking for justice. You are making this an India-Pakistan issue.
No, if there is a question, your style is objectionable always, because you become a party and you are not an independent and neutral person. If this is a style, then no.
That's all right, sir. It's not going to help to attack me. Arif Chaudhary, what is the point of attacking me first?
And if you see a litany of...
I'd like to go across one second.
They say that this is a premeditated offense. I simply said that it can never be called a premeditated. There is no doubt that somebody attacked them.
Seshadri Chari and Seshadri Chari. No. Seshadri Chari. At one point, we are also going to have to look very deeply into the whether we put enough pressure on Pakistan when this man was putting out desperate appeal after desperate appeal to our own government to intervene. We're going to have to look at that question as well. Address it quite seriously.
That too have to
1 minute, please. I'm asking the question to Seshadri Chari, please. Mr. Chari.
Arnav, the most unfortunate part of the whole story I'm telling you, it's not whether the government of India is putting pressure or not. The government of India, I think, so far has put pressure, and more than the government of India, it is the media, notwithstanding all the brickbats that you are getting from Mr. Chaudhary. Notwithstanding that, the real credit of all these things goes to the Indian media. Channel after channel, newspaper after newspaper has brought in detailed accounts of the atrocities that have been committed in Pakistani jails. The most important element here is, let us, for the sake of argument, let us accept what Mr. Chaudhary says for a moment, for the sake of argument, pleading the devil's advocate, that it was not a conspiracy hatched by the highest officials of ISI and the Pakistani army and the Pakistani government and all of them put together. Let us believe that it was not a conspiracy. It was an accident. Even if it was an accident, what is the jail authority supposed to do? What is the highest political authority in Pakistan supposed to do? What are those peaceniks in Pakistan supposed to do? Are they not supposed to tell their government that, look, here is a man who has been beaten black and blue and he is dying? Even at this stage, you want to deny him the medical attention that he deserves? Is this humanity? What kind of humanity is this? They should be ashamed of their humanity. Send them. Tell them that here is the patient. We are sorry for what has happened. Your man was a spy. We wanted to kill him. But we have shown him the maximum human consideration by allowing him not to be killed. Now take him back to your country and treat him. This is humanity.
We are going to take care of.
I want all the Pakistani guests to stand up in their TV studios today and tell their government that if you have some sense of humanity left in you, if you still believe that there is something called Allah Ta'ala, if you still believe that Islam is a religion of peace, take the first step. If you have the guts, do it. If you don't have the guts,
has any sympathy with the family, please hold on.
Let us take the whole show to some other logical conclusion.
Maruf Raza, my question. Maruf Raza.
What is the humanity talking about?
Maruf Raza looking
within. What
is
the Pakistani guest trying to tell us?
Okay, watch. I have 1 minute left of it. Maruf Raza looking within is also something we are going to have to do. Our entire approach towards Pakistan.
On up 3 quick points. One is they keep talking about the families that they allegedly blame Sarabjit for ruining their lives with the attack. But do they realize that the families of 160 odd people in Mumbai, which are victims of Kasab type attackers, they patiently bore the trial of Kasab, and the money that India spent for his protection is a case in point. But more importantly, I want to raise 2 points. One is that what we used to think is the mainstream in Pakistan were moderates. They are now the fringe. The mainstream are people dominated by hardline views such as that propounded by Lashkar-e-Toiba. What surprises me is the fact that we thought these were civil society moderates, but they've been also influenced by mainstream views of hardliners. Come on, we've got to look beyond. If Sarabjit is to leave a legacy behind for us, should be to do a little introspection within.
Okay.
And as Mr. Chari has brought out, show humanity to a dying man and you will still win a lot of affection from India.
Okay,
if you
gentlemen.
continue to dig your heels in, I'm sorry, the time is run out for our patience, period.
To all my guests, I thank you very much for joining me on that India-Pakistan debate tonight. We've had equal say, and everyone's had their say on this debate. Thank you very, very much for joining me.